Okay, good evening everybody. Tonight is all about Facebook. Again, last week we were talking about using free strategies on Facebook to generate leads and hopefully leading to lead sales and sign-ups for your business. And tonight I'm going to be literally showing you on the screen how to set up some basic paid ads to run through Facebook. Paid advertising on Facebook is an incredibly powerful strategy for you to use to build your business, whatever business that might be. So welcome. It is just after 4 p.m. Eastern, so that's just after 9 p.m. here in the UK. And I can see a few people still jumping on, so I'll just wanted to introduce what tonight's going to be all about and make sure everybody can see and hear me. I'm going to enable the chat so that if there's any problem at all throughout the broadcast, you can post in the chat. And I'll enable the Q&A so that you can post any questions that you might have in the Q&A section as well. And let's get started. So there is so much to cover. I'm going to be doing the best job I can to cover a lot of it. But you know, Facebook is a pretty complex place to be. It's a very powerful place to be, but it's also a complex place to be for your marketing, and it takes a little bit of practice. Once you know what you're doing, and once you've done some practicing, some trials, you will, you will start to see some results. What I recommend is that you do some training. This training will be a great start for you, and take it from here. Try out some ads yourself, see how they go, and perhaps invest in some further training as well, if you want to take it any further. But certainly after tonight, you will be able to set up and run a basic ad, and you will be able to, you will know what makes up a good fan page, the basis of a good fan page as well. That's where I'm going to start. So I'm going to share my screen in a minute. I have no slides apart from this one. It's the only one, and it helps to outline what makes a good Facebook fan page for your business. And I see a lot of people making the same mistakes, and this will help you to avoid making one in particular big mistake that you can make. Then I'm going to literally show you in Facebook, show you around your back office, your advertising back office, and I'm going to create an ad for you to see. I'm actually going to do it on the screen for you to see. One's going to be in the normal Facebook Ads Manager, and the other one I'm going to do using the Power Editor, just so that you can see the difference. You can see the power that you have in Facebook to choose your audience, to target people, to decide on what type of advertising you want to do, decide on where you want to send people, whether you want website clicks, whether you want to build up your fan page, whether you want to send people to an outside offer, advertise an event. There's so many different things for you to do. There's so much scope within Facebook. I'm actually going to kind of show you around and talk you through the different aspects of it, the different options that you have. Okay, so let's get started. So my first when I share the screen, the first thing you're going to see is my fan page, and I've kind of labeled the different parts of it, and I'll talk you through it. So first of all, let me share the screen. And then I'm going to bring up that one slide, which I've got. It's the only one. Here it is. So hopefully you can see that. This is my fan page. So I just wanted to talk you through it a little bit. You need to make sure your fan page is branded to you, not to your company. Don't throw a company logo in there. Companies, companies come and go. I really hope that yours stays, but companies do come and go. And if your company, for whatever reason, were to disappear tomorrow, which can happen, or if you decided that that particular company wasn't for you and you wanted to change company, you'd then be stuck with a Facebook fan page which was based on, had a fan base around and had pictures on and postings all about that particular company. So you want to brand it to you. Get yourself a good professional image. I actually outsourced this this little graphic here using Odesk. I found someone on Odesk to outsource the graphics of that graphics to. Odesk is a fantastic resource if you want to ever outsource anything. And make sure you've got another professional image of you down here. You can see, I've got other people on my fan page featured, but people can see who I am, what I stand for. They can see that I'm a mum. They can see that I'm a marketer. They can see that I've received an award. They already know various things about me, and they know my name, which is very, very important. These application tabs can also be very powerful. I'm not going to show you how to do those tonight, but there's plenty of training on the internet for how to create, set up, and use application tabs. This little dial up here, that's because you can switch between who is creating posts. So you can have your fan page creating posts, or you can have your personal page. You can actually switch who is doing the posting, who is doing the commenting, who is doing the liking and sharing, whatever you happen to be doing, whatever activity you happen to be doing. You can switch between it being your fan page and your personal page. You can, oops, Daisy, hang on a minute, let me get back to, sorry everybody, let me get back to that slide. Okay. You want to link, put a link in on your fan page so that people can see some more information about you. I've put my blog on there. You just do that in the About Me section. You can invite your friends to like your page. And like I said, those are professionally written high converting apps. So let me come off of that and come off of screen share just for a second. I hope that everybody could see that. So I just very quickly wanted to run through the different parts of what makes up a good fan page, and the main point really is that you need to have it branded to you, not to your company. Not, you can do some posts on there about your company, about your product. Sure, you can share some things, but there is people say the rule is around about 80-20, so 80% of your posts should be some kind of value-driven posts, like motivational images, motivational quotes, and then the other 20% can be you sharing about your particular business, your particular company. Now, tonight I'm talking about paid advertising. So I'm going to share my screen again, and I'm actually going to show you around the Facebook advertising back office and create an ad while you are watching. So let me just share the screen. Go to my Facebook back office. So just quickly before I go to the advertising part, this is important, your insights. You notice the tab at the top there. You need to keep an eye on the insights, the various variables on your page. And, you can see in here your different posts. You can see the engagement, the reach. You can actually promote a post from this particular point. Promoting a post is slightly different to creating an ad on the post. I'll talk through that in just a minute. You can see how many page likes you've had in the last week, how many new page likes you've had today, and your post reach, your engagement. You can sort of keep an eye on everything back here. So this is your insights. It's very important if you're doing any marketing on Facebook. Really, it's important that you do just keep an eye on this. And then we head over to your Ads Manager. So you see I clicked on Home, and then you would click on Ads Manager. And that will take us to the Facebook advertising back office. Now, if you see on the left-hand side here, that's where you choose your Power Editor, your audiences, and on the right-hand side here is Create an Ad. So I'm going to click on Create an Ad. And you can see there's a lot of different choices for different ads that you can create. So you can do page post engagement ads. That's probably the one that I use the most often to increase page post engagement on my page. I might have a link in there. I might have a link to my blog post. I might have a blog post itself, and I want to increase engagement on that particular post. That doesn't mean that you're not going to get clicks to a website, because you can have a link on the page post. It just means that you're going to increase the number of people who see that particular page post. Page likes is a very, very powerful way, a very fast way to actually build up the audience on your fan page. So you can create an ad to build up the people who like your page, and you can target people in your niche. So if you're, for example, in the health and wellness niche, you can create an ad with a nice image in there and actually target people in the health and wellness niche. You'll know more what I mean when I actually go through and create an ad with you. Clicks to the website, that takes people to, clicks to a website actually takes people to an outside website. Another very powerful strategy. And then you've got website conversions, which is similar to clicks to website, but it gets a little bit more technical because it involves creating a tracking pixel, a conversion tracking pixel. So I wouldn't worry about that right now because this is basic Facebook advertising, and that's where it starts to get a little bit more complicated. You can encourage people to install apps. And then this one is, if you've got apps on your page, you can actually drive traffic to those specific apps, those application tabs I showed you on my Facebook fan page. You can advertise for an event you might be doing. It might be a webinar, for example, a training webinar. You can promote offers. As you can see, when you hover over these different types of ads, it actually brings up exactly what the ad is all about, what it will do for you, how it will help you, and video views. Create ads that get more people to view a video. So the first thing I'm going to show you, using the normal advertising back office, which is this back office here. I didn't click on Power Editor. I just clicked on Create an Ad. Is a clicks to website ad. So I need to click on there, and you're going to enter in a URL to promote. Now, I'm just going to write any old URL. It really makes no difference because I'm just showing you. I'm just showing you how to do it. So you write your, you put your URL in there. And that's actually a made-up URL, so no image actually was brought up on the screen. But if you have, well, why don't I do it for my blog? Then you'll see what happens. It actually brings up an image. It should bring up an image of my blog. That's not a very good image. That's one of the ads on the side of my my blog. So I wouldn't use that one. So what you can do is you can upload new images. You can upload images from your computer here. You can upload them from your ad images on, if you have any already uploaded to Facebook. You can actually find professional images at no extra cost through a great image website which is called Shutterstock, and you can edit your images right there on the page. Now, for a website conversion, website click ad, the ideal size of an image, and I think it actually might even say it when you hover over it, there we go, is 1200 times 628 pixels. So what you can do is, if you find an image which you'd like to use and it's not the right size, you can use a tool called PicMonkey. It is free, PICMONKEY, PicMonkey. It is free and it's a really easy way. You can use the free version, there is a paid version. It's a really easy way to resize your pictures to get them to whatever size you would like them to be. So you can actually resize them to be exactly 200 by 628, or you can resize them to be similar to that. It doesn't matter if it's slightly smaller. So I am going to, I'm going to show you this, finding an image. So you type in whatever you want to search, wherever you want to search in their image library. So for example, it might be, oops, family life. I might want to have my ad be represented by, you know, somebody with, you know, a lovely family here, for example. I don't want that one. I want that one. Or I can upload my own image, and I think that would probably be better because I have images that are actually of my family. I just wanted to show you that you can use Shutterstock. So, for example, this one. It might take a while for that one to upload, but you can see what you can do. So, or I can browse the library. I do have some images already saved in my library, so I've got that one. So there I have a selection of images, and what that does is Facebook does the hard work for you. They will rotate that. They will show those images over the targeting that you choose, and they will run the ad which gets the most sort of clicks. Facebook works out very cleverly with whatever algorithm it uses. It works out which of those images is performing best, and it will show that image the most often. So it's best to have more than one image so that you're kind of testing things out. Facebook does the hard work for you. Like I said, it's not you deciding which image is performing best. Facebook does it for you, and they will show the image which is performing best. So we've got our website there, we've got our images, and we scroll down and you can see what they're going to look like. So we can see what the images are going to look like on the desktop news feed. You can see what they're going to look like on the mobile news feed. And you can see what they're going to look like in the right-hand column. Okay. If you only want to place your ad in one particular place, like perhaps you don't want to show right-hand column ads, you can remove that here. So now it says your ads will not show in the right-hand column. So instead they will only show in the mobile news feed for the people you're targeting and the desktop news feed for the people you're targeting. I suggest you test this out. So you might want to create an ad showing in just the right-hand column, create a different ad showing in just the mobile newsfeed, and create a different ad showing in just the desktop newsfeed. So you will be testing your 3 different images, and Facebook will tell you which of those images performs best. And at the same time, because you've got 3 different ads, you will be testing which of these feeds works best, which of those places that the advert is going to be placed on is performing best. But you do need to create separate ads to do that. And you know, paid advertising is all about testing, and it doesn't need to be difficult. It doesn't need to be huge number crunching or anything like that. It's simply just a question of trying out one thing at a time and seeing which performs the best. Now, for your ad, you need to create a headline. It needs obviously to be a catchy headline. This is an ad going to my blog, so that is, you know, the name of my blog. I might want to add something there, something like it might just be that I'm explaining that it's my blog. Facebook tells you whether you use too many characters. So my blog, Angela Marketing, and then you want to have the text for your ad in here. So, for example, it might be visit my blog to learn visit my blog for training and tools. Free, people like the word free. Free training and tools to help you market your business. Okay, I haven't put very much thought into that. Obviously, if you were paying and actually running the ad, you would put a lot more thought into it than that. You can decide whether you want to have a call to action button. You don't have to. The ad will still be clickable without the button, but let me just show you what it looks like with the button if you decide to use a button. Learn more, and then the button pops up. Okay, but you don't have to have it. You can have no button. And then the image itself will be clickable, so it will take people to your website. So in my case, for this ad, it will take people to my blog. Now, you want to click here on the Show Advanced Options because no, actually I don't. No, I was thinking of something else. No, it's okay. It might actually be when you do this one. Let's add that. No, it's okay. Doesn't matter. Okay, this is, then you scroll down and this is where you choose your audience. So I do have a variety of sort of custom audiences that I've built up. So if you are generating leads for your business already, you will be creating an email list. And what you can do is you can actually, through whatever platform you're using, I use Aweber, you can actually export that list and you can actually create a Facebook audience of that list. So if people don't open your email, they might, well, click on something on Facebook. You can actually put yourself back in front of the people on your email list on Facebook. It's very, very powerful. But if you don't have custom audiences, if you don't have any that you've created or that you can upload, don't worry about it. You can actually do all your targeting down here. So you can choose your country, United Kingdom. You might want to choose the United States, for example. You can choose your age range. I always make it 18. Now this is another place where you want to do some testing. So you want to narrow that down. So the first ad, perhaps you're doing to women who are 18 to 29, okay? And in my case, I want them to be able to speak English. And then interests, for example, internet marketing, not internet marketing, network marketing, let's type. You can choose something like this Network Marketing Pro site. And then behaviors I would just leave, connections I would just leave. Campaign pricing I would leave as this, optimized for clicks. You could make it whatever you want per day. The ad set name, I'm going to choose my blog, because the ad set is the different ads that are going to be run in that particular set. And then what you do is you place order. Now I'm not going to do that because I don't actually want to place the order. But when you place the order, in fact I will, because I'll show you what happens. You place the order. And then what you can do is you can click here, create a similar ad. This is where you start testing. Okay, so now everything in this ad is going to be exactly the same as I've just set up. All you want to change is one thing. This is a very good thing to change. So for that particular ad was running to women aged 18 to 29. So now you want to narrow that down. So you might make this next one, for example, 30 to 39. Okay, so it's still women. Everything else is still the same. You are changing a slight thing about your audience. Okay, still going to Network Marketing Pro. Now the trouble is, if you change more than one thing, you're not going to know which thing it was that changed the engagement onto your blog, whatever outside website you decided to promote. So just change one thing. It's kind of like elementary school, primary school science, really. And then you place that order, and then you click create similar ad, and you do exactly, leave everything else exactly the same, change your age again, place order, create similar ad, leave everything else exactly the same, change the age again. Okay? Very straightforward. And that's it. That is a clicks to website ad. So you choose your image. You can have up to 6. I would use all 6. If the images are not the right size, you can resize them using PicMonkey. It's a free photo editing tool. You just click edit a photo, upload the photo, and you can adjust the size of the photo. It's very, very straightforward. It's very user-friendly. Okay? And there is a paid version, but you don't need to use the paid version. So that's your 6 images. Decide where you're going to run your ad. So the first thing that you test might be where you run your ad, and in which case you just have the same age for each ad, and you're just changing where you run your ad. Then when you work out which is the best place, if that's what you want to work out, then you go back through, you create a new ad, but the same images, run it to whichever one performed the best. It might be the desktop newsfeed, and then you want to test something else. So you might want to test the age range and see which of those performs best. Okay, so that is clicks to website. Let me go back to Google, go off screen share. So, first of all, I've showed you how to create a clicks to website ad. I've shown you the different parts of your Facebook page, what is important, how to brand yourself, and how important branding yourself is, because it really is vital. When you're online, when you're marketing online, it's vital that you are branding yourself. I can't stress that anymore, really. If you've got any questions at this point, can you post them in the chat and I can answer them right now, straight away. I'm actually going to go back to Facebook and I'm going to show you my favorite kind of ad, which is a page post engagement ad. And I'm going to show you how to do that on in your Power Editor, just so you can see the power of Power Editor, the options that you have in there. And how simple and straightforward it is to do that testing, because you don't need, when you're using Power Editor, you don't need to keep creating separate ads like that. I think it's, some people would say it's more complicated. I think it's less complicated to create things actually in the Power Editor, using the Power Editor. And you've got much more power, it's called Power Editor, to choose your audience through Power Editor. You can do much more highly targeted campaigns in there. If I seem to have, some people seem to be going in and out of the webinar. They're going on and off, and that happens with webinars on there sometimes. You just need to refresh your page if you find that you've been kicked off. And sometimes it's to do with your internet speed. You just need to refresh your page and you should be able to come back on. So I'm sorry if you've been kicked off at all. So I'm going to share my screen again. I'm going to go back to the back office of Facebook and I'm going to show you how to create a page post engagement ad. Like I said, that's my favorite kind of ad. So I'll share my screen again. Back to here, and back to the Ads Manager. I quite like to just very quickly turn that ad off. There There we go. I don't need that one anymore. So now we're going to the Power Editor. So instead of clicking Create Ad, I clicked on Power Editor. You can actually create your post back here if you want to, or you can choose a post that you've created in the past. Now this looks rather odd because I was just messing around back here earlier. None of this is actually running. It looks rather odd. It looks like I've been I don't quite know what it looks like I've been doing. None of this is actually running. I was just messing around before the webinar. So let's use that post that I created, and you can create an ad based on that particular post. So you click on the post and you can create your ad. So you need to, first of all, you need to create a campaign. All that means is that you are naming the campaign so that you know what it is. You can refer back to it at a later time. So I might call that my blog advertising, because this is to advertise my blog. And then instead of clicks to website, this time you're going to do page post engagement. In fact, let me go back here. Let's actually create the post so that I can show you how to create the post. Okay, so we're back to where you first come in when you get onto Power Editor, and we'll create a post. Now, when you're creating a post in Power Editor, you can choose whether you're going to promote a link, a photo, or a video, or a status, or an offer. Stick for now with photo or video. So for a photo, all you're doing is you are choosing an image, like I showed you in that last little lesson. Or if you are promoting a video, then you obviously click on video. I like to do videos because videos really do create engagement on your page. I think videos are incredibly powerful. So all you do is you select a video. This was the ad I ran earlier, just a very short period of time, and it was to this actual webinar. So what you do is you click on the video that you want. You literally just upload the video from your desktop. It's very straightforward, and it will appear in that little list you just saw there. And you can choose whatever image you want for your thumbnail. Okay, this is where you create your post text. So whatever you want, give it a headline. Give it some catchy copy. This is obviously very, very, very important part of the ad. So mine is to a webinar. So I might say something like, attention home business owners, because I want to grab people's attention. Or another good way to start an ad is actually to ask a question. So, need less run out of people to talk to, learn how to reach a targeted audience online with basic Facebook advertising. Okay. Create post. So it creates the post for you, and then you can create the ad. If it takes too long, I'll just do it with one that's already there. No problem. Oh, an error. Oh dear. Okay, so I'll just do it with one that's already there. That's not a problem. Okay, create ad. Right. So like I said, you know, name your campaign. So, my blog. I just wanted to show you that you can actually create the post on the page while you're there. Create an ad set. I tend to call it create new. My blog. I'm not doing clicks to website this time. I'm doing page post engagement. My blog. I tend to name those things the same. And then you create. And in the Power Editor, you just do it all on the screen here, and you I think it's more straightforward. So the creative is choosing your ad, seeing what it's going to look like, and choosing down here where it's going to show. Audience is your targeting. You know, you might have custom audiences, like I talked about in the last ad that I created with you or for you. You might choose where you're going to show the ad, age range, language, interest, behaviors, broad categories, the same as in your normal Facebook back office. You can, if you want, literally just target your fans, or you can just target friends and fans, which can be very powerful. And then optimization and pricing. Choose optimized CPM, because Facebook will then do the work for you. Okay, so for a Facebook page, using a page post is what we're doing. We're not doing an event, we're not doing an app, we're not doing a website, we're doing a Facebook page using a page post. And you can choose different posts that you've got on your fan page to promote. I like that image, so I'll do that. And then you can decide where you're going to put it. You can leave all three up there, or you can just have, for example, newsfeed on a mobile. Okay, so that's where Facebook is going to show your ad. Audience. Again, you know, you could put custom audiences, or you can target by location, United States, for example, Canada, Australia. They're very popular picks, really, for the home business industry. And again, I would narrow it down at the beginning. So 18 to 29 women. 42 million people is way too many. Let's do this again. It'll be much less. 19,000 people is still way too many. So you want to narrow that down more. Let's make it a smaller category than that. This one, for example. Fewer than 1,000 is probably not good enough. How to spell it correctly? Let's try. I don't know what this one is. Try this one. Okay, well, you get the idea. So you can choose your targets, you can choose your interests, you can choose behaviors, and down here you're going to need to sort of play around with this, but you can choose your audience based on what they've shared on their profile page or actions they've taken. You can actually choose people who, where is it, have spent money on Facebook. That can be very powerful. Online spenders active, people who've issued payments to a third-party site using Facebook platform in the last 30 days, or engaged is people who've spent more than $100 on Facebook payments platform in the past 3 months. So that can be very powerful, choosing the behaviors. But you want to kind of narrow it down a little bit. And then optimization of prices, like I said, leave at optimized CPM. Now, let me just show you, let me get rid of these. Network Marketing Pro is a good one to use, by the way. I have quite a few target, I have quite a few custom audiences. So for example, I might use that one. Then all you do is you click on this button here. That says duplicate. It's just like when you're in your normal Facebook advertising back office. You want to create several ads in the same ad set that just change one thing to see what works and what doesn't work. So you press duplicate, the same campaign, the same ad set. It will create a whole new ad and everything will be the same. Everything you chose will be the same. So you're going to want to change one thing. Now on that last one, I left it with all this gobbledygook, page, post, ad, post ID. I shouldn't have done that. I should have written who I was targeting. So it should have been something like blog post, female, 18 to 29. So this one will be 30 to 39. So make sure you don't make that mistake. Okay, the audience, the only thing I'm changing is the age, 30 to 39, and duplicate. Okay, so blog, same campaign, the same ad set, create, and you'll see the only thing that changes is there's a little number 1 that's put there. So I will change the age. This time it will be 40 to 49. So I need to go into the audience and make this 40 to 49. Everything else will remain the same. So in my case, I'm targeting some active MLMers because I've created that custom audience myself. You might be trying out different things in here, different interests, different behaviors. You know, you can really get good at targeting different people depending on what your niche, depending on who you want to target. And then all you do once more is click duplicate. And I think you probably get the idea. So it's like I said, it's like a science experiment. You're changing one thing each time. And then when you have finished and you've created all of those ads, you need to click Upload Changes, and it will be uploaded into your Facebook advertising back office, and that's where you can go and you can check and you can see how your ads are doing. Facebook will do the hard work for you because you clicked Optimize CPM, so Facebook will actually only show your ads in the places where it's performing, but you can see by splitting it up, you can see which of those sections of your target which are performing best. And if you just put them all together in one ad, Facebook wouldn't be able to optimize it for you. If you had all of the men, all of the female, all of the age ranges, there would be nothing for Facebook to optimize. So it's really important that you do break it down like this and just change that one thing in the audience each time, whatever it is you've decided to change. It might be the location you've decided to change, and you can get very, very specific on that, by the way. You can actually put a zip code in. So you might just change the location each time. You might change the age, you might change the gender, you might change the language, whatever it is you've decided to change. Be very specific about it so that Facebook has something to optimize. Then you click on Upload the Changes, and Facebook needs to approve the ad. One thing I do need to share with you is that if you're doing any images, any image advertising, you can only have 20% text, up to 20% text. It can't be over that. With videos, it doesn't matter. You can have as much text on the thumbnail as you'd like, so you can kind of get around it with a video. But with images, you can only have up to 20%. So Facebook might disapprove your ad if you try and use more than 20%. And you need to be a little bit careful sometimes with the URL that you're advertising on Facebook, because there's some URLs that Facebook will not approve. All you're doing is you'll get a message that's saying your ad was disapproved. And just be aware of the fact that if you have too many ads disapproved, you might get a letter telling you, you know, you need to watch what you're doing because all your ads are being disapproved. And if you get too many letters, you need to be very, very careful because Facebook does have the power to shut down your account. That's not going to happen because you now know that if you keep getting ads disapproved, there's something. You can actually go back into Facebook and read all of their terms and conditions, and they tell you as well when they disapprove it, they tell you why they disapprove it, so you just need to change it. You know, whatever it is, why it was disapproved in the first place, you just need to change that. If it's too much text, change it. If they don't like the link, well then use a third-party site such as Leadpages and create your own link, for example. There's lots of ways around it. All right, let me come off screen share. Okay, so I've shown you the options. I know I went very quickly. That was deliberate, really, because there's just so much to cover. I had to go through quickly, or we'd be here all night. But I wanted really to open up your eyes to what is possible. I wanted to show you the process involved, talk to you about the fact that you know, it's all about tweaking and testing, and that you mustn't just blanket your ads to everybody, because then you won't know what is working and what isn't working, and you will waste money that way. You need to split up your ads into whatever it is that you are testing out. So it might be the different age ranges, it might be the gender, it might be the images. If you're doing image ad, any kind of image ads, definitely choose all 6 of those images, upload all 6. If you need to change the size of the image, use PicMonkey. And there's other sites as well that you can change the size of the image on. And you can see that Facebook's actually integrated now with Shutterstock, and you can actually upload images from their file, and they are royalty free. So don't just go to Google and upload an image, because they're not royalty free. And you know, you could get in trouble with the company if you use something to do with the company. Now, I'm not selling anything on this webinar. I just wanted to share this stuff with you. I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't tell you where I've learned everything. So I will share where I've learned everything, and you know, feel free to ask me more about it. Email me, call me, whatever, if you're interested to know more about it. But like I said, I'm not dropping any links in here or anything like that. I'm not actually trying to sell anything, but I would be doing a disservice. I'm a bit tired today if I didn't tell you where I learned all this stuff. I learned how to do all of my marketing on MLSP. I can see there's a couple of members here. Hi, Belinda. Hi. You know, there's a couple of you on here, so hello. And My Lead System Pro is where I've learned all of my marketing, absolutely everything. And specifically, there is one pretty outstanding course by the Facebook Queen herself, Michelle Pesco-Salido. You do not need to be a member of My Lead System Pro to get the course, but you can get it. It is a course that is sold through My Lead System Pro. You don't need to be a member. Why you wouldn't want to be a member, I don't know, because it's where pretty much all the leaders online have been through at one point or still are. It's where pretty much anybody who's online marketing started out. It's where they learned everything, and there's a reason for that. It is a fantastic training platform, providing you all the tools and training that you need to market your business, any business, whatever it might be, online. It's completely generic. So feel free to ask me any more about that. Feel free to ask me any questions about this webinar right now. You can post it in the Q&A, you can post it in the chat. The chat is enabled, the Q&A is enabled. So if anybody has any questions at this point, either about Facebook advertising or about My Lead System Pro or about the course that I've just mentioned, then, you know, fire away and I'll answer them now. If there aren't any questions, I'll call it an evening and let you get on with your evenings. I've certainly had fun sharing all that information with you, and next week I'm going to be teaching you about video marketing. I'm going to do a couple of weeks on video marketing because, again, it's a very powerful strategy, and there's a lot to learn. You know, I'm just really outlining the different strategies here on this weekly training. I'm not going into an incredible amount of detail on it, but I'm teaching you enough that you can certainly go away and test things out for yourself. You can try things, and you know, you can see the different options that are available online when you're marketing. So if anybody has any questions, post them in the chat or post them in the Q&A. I know there's a bit of a delay, so I will wait just a minute, and if there aren't any questions, then I will say good night to everybody and call it a night, and you know, see you again next week if video marketing is something that you're interested in learning about. There's certainly no questions yet, so I think we might call it a night. Okay, I think we'll call it a night if there's no questions at all. I don't think the delay is all that long. I know it's, you know, I know there's always a delay, but it's not all that long. So another thing you can do is contact me directly, either on my Facebook page, email me, call me, whatever. So you can ask me questions, reach out to me, ask me questions through my Facebook page. I'm perfectly happy to answer anything that you might be wondering about. But right now I'm going to call it a night because there aren't any questions. So thank you very much to all of you for coming on, and hope you enjoyed the training. And I will see you again very soon. Like I said, reach out to me with your questions. Please do. Bye-bye.